Hey friends, it's Dawn. I am coming to you today with another tutorial, and today that is going to be a brow tutorial. So you can already see that I have my makeup completely done except for my brows. So brows really help to frame your face, and as we age, our brows do tend to be a little bit more sparse or a little bit lighter in color. So it really is something that you can do to give yourself a more youthful appearance. The Mary Kay products that we're going to use in the tutorial today are the Mary Kay Precision Brow Liner in Brunette. So I'm going to use that. I'm also going to use the Mary Kay Volumizing Brow Tint as well in Brunette. And then I'm going to be using one of our Mary Kay Chromofusion eyeshadows in Cinnabar, as well as using this dual-ended eyebrow eyeliner brush. So I'm going to show you how to use this amazing tool to help. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to show you kind of where your brows need to start, where they need to stop, and then the arch. So for everyone, your brows are going to be a little bit different, and it really has to do with the shape of your eyes, the shape of your face. And so we're going to use this tool here. This is my brush again. And so if you want to place it along the edge of your nose, and then come up, this is where you want to see the brow start, right here. So actually, let me grab my pencil and let me do that with my pencil. So if I do that with my pencil, I can just put a little mark here of this is where I want my brow to start, okay? So then if you take that same tool and you come across the outer corner of the eye here, that is where you want your brow to stop. So let me do a little mark here. That is where, and that is my dog Josie barking. One day I will get her on camera for you. So, okay. And then I'm going to come across the pupil of my eye here from the edge of my nose. And then right there at the top is where the arch would be. So again, you wouldn't necessarily need to mark, but I'm just doing this for visual purposes here. So this is where my eyebrow starts, this is the arch, and then over here is where it's going to end. So one thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to take and draw a complete outline and fill it in. I really want to keep my eyebrow a little bit more natural looking. So, and you can already see it's definitely more full right here, and then it's more sparse here. So I actually want to start, I'm going to start with the Precision Brow Liner, and I want to start where the brow is a little bit more sparse. So this Precision Brow Liner is pretty amazing because it has a very, very fine tip, if you can see that. And so it's going to allow me to draw short little strokes that are actually going to mimic the eyebrow hair. So I'm just going to, again, just draw those short little strokes. And I'm going to stop right there where I put that little mark. And then you can see right here where my brow should start. So my natural brows don't quite go that far. So I'm just going to, again, just do short little strokes. All right, and you can already see the difference from one brow to the other. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in, now that I have the shape there, I'm going to come in with the brush that I have, and I'm gonna just brush that out a little bit. Again, it's gonna make it look a little bit more natural. And I'm gonna brush the brows in the direction the hair naturally grows. And then if you want to, you could actually just stop there. If you want just a really, really natural brow, you could stop there. So I'm actually going to come in with the volumizing brow tint on top of this pencil. So I'm going to just show you these different options of the different look you can get. And again, I want to kind of start on the outside half because I don't want to have a really harsh line right here at the beginning of my brow. So I'm just going to kind of go over top of that pencil with this volumizing brow tint. And I'm using the shade Brunette. So this is just going to actually catch on to the eyebrows and it's going to volumize them. So it's going to make them look thicker, it's going to make them look fuller, and it's going to give them a little bit of a tint as well. So you can see how much that has deepened the intensity of the brow. All right, so one thing that I also like to do with my brows after is actually I like to take a Q-tip and I like to just kind of go along and make sure if I got any additional product sort of outside that shape that I'm looking for. These are great, just any kind of Q-tip is great to just clean up the brow. So another great tip is to do your brows before you do the rest of your makeup, so that way you can clean up really great around them as well. So I'm going to show you another option for your brow. So on the other side, I'm actually going to use an eyeshadow. So eyeshadows are great to use for your brows. So you want to find a shade that's close to your hair color. So I am actually going to use the Mary Kay Cinnabar right here. This is our Cinnabar color, and the reason that I'm using that is I do dye my hair red, and so I have that obviously reddish tint, and I love this Cinnabar because it's a brown but it has a reddish undertone to it, which is another reason I love the Brunette volumizing brow tint, because it also has a red undertone as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use this brush again. This is our dual-ended eyebrow eyeliner brush. So I'm going to use the eyeliner end where it is tapered and it's really thin. So you can see that right there. I'm going to use that. I'm going to dip that into that Cinnabar. I'm going to take off the excess, just tapping right there. And then I'm going to start to do exactly what I did with the pencil. And I'm going to do short little strokes here with the color and just fill in the brow. So really this is personal preference. If you like shadow, if you like the liner, if you like the volumizing brow tint, they all are a really great option for your brows. Again, it's just so good to take that extra time to do your brows, to frame your face, because it makes such a difference. And I didn't measure on this side because I've done, you know, my brows so many times. Obviously, I kind of know where I'm starting, where I'm stopping. So, but you know, until you do that for a while, when you're just starting to kind of do your brows on a regular basis, you know, take that little step of using your tool to figure out where your arch is. And one thing to note about eyebrows is we have a little saying that eyebrows are sisters, they are not twins. So one eyebrow and the other eyebrow is never going to look exactly the same. One of my eyebrows has a higher arch in it, and that's okay. So you just want to follow that natural line of where your brows are, and then again use your tool to kind of figure out your starting, your stopping points, and where that arch should be. But you can see this shadow has really filled in that brow very, very nicely. So I love using a shadow and this tool as well. So there's the difference between a shadow and a pencil with the volumizing brow tint. And you can see how quick and easy that was. It only took me a couple of minutes to do my brows, and it makes such a huge difference on your face. So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in my next video.